Hey everybody, Zach First Night here, back with Movie Memories Monday. It's going to be for a movie special that I haven't watched much of growing up. I know it turned 50 last year and 51 this year, so I didn't really get a chance to do this one last year. Um, Granted, I wasn't doing Movie Memories Monday at the time. So this is going to be for the classic, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I almost got the wrong name. It is this one right here in the center. I wish I had the individual DVD or VHS of this movie, but I do not. I'm going to eventually try to get the VHS copy someday, but since this is the only way for me to really do this special, and I actually do have a legitimate physical copy, I just wish, though, I had like a VHS copy, just because I much prefer VHS tapes in just terms of holding a physical movie in my hand, or maybe even a singular DVD. But this multi-pack is good. It's just I much prefer individuals for some reason more than I do this. But still, this special is really good. I almost say movie every time, but it's a special, not really a movie because it's only about 20 something minutes long each. But anyways, it's pretty much the special starts off with spoiler alert: Lucy and Charlie Brown, and does the standard trick of him trying to kick the football, landing on his back. But pretty much, it's actually about more so Peppermint Patty inviting herself, Marcy, Franklin, and who else? I think it was just them three. Let's see, Marcy. Yeah, I think just those three to his house for Thanksgiving without his permission. She pretty much just called him up, saying, "We're going to come to your house for Thanksgiving and what to expect." And she kept constantly calling him at saying, "Oh, Marcy wants to see you too." So it was okay that she's going to come too, and then says, "Oh, guess who's also here? Franklin, and he wants to come too." Franklin and Marcy. I think this was their first appearance in that special. Pretty good characters. Obviously, I really like Marcy. Franklin's a good character. He's not as known as the others, but he's still a good character. Then there's, let's see, who else was, so Linus was there. Obviously, Lucy, Sally was there. Let's see, obviously Snoopy, Woodstock. Oh, that reminds me. But yeah, well, pretty much, Charlie Brown was very nervous about like setting us up on what he's supposed to do because he's supposed to go to his grandma's house for Thanksgiving, and that's when Peppermint Patty invited herself, Marcy, and Franklin over without his permission, without his say so, and pretty much it is very funny though of what happens. Drat, this little tree right beside me, but Snoopy and Woodstock help, you know, Charlie Brown out to get the Thanksgiving dinner done very hilariously, and pretty much makes toast. Um, what was it? Toast, jelly beans, popcorn, and let's see, pretzel sticks. I think that's all. And it was absolutely hilarious. I was interested in terms of seeing Peppermint Patty's reaction to that, but I kind of skipped a little bit in terms of how not Peppermint Patty, Snoopy and Woodstock were kind of just messing with each other a lot because he was trying to get things prepared. Him setting up the fighting with that chair was probably one of the funniest scenes in that special, though, without a doubt. I really liked that spot, that part of the movie or special of him fighting with that chair. I just really like the emotions they gave Snoopy and his facial reaction to him fighting and getting startled by the chair was absolutely hilarious. Comedy gold with that special. I really like A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It's up there with, in my opinion, the Christmas special and the Great Pumpkin in terms of really good special. I really like the animation. I really like fall. I always like the watercolor backgrounds of these specials, and obviously just the characters are great. But yeah, Peppermint Patty. Going back to Peppermint Patty, on the table, seeing gets furious at Charlie Brown, saying that this is what we came for. We had to go all this way to get no real Thanksgiving food, and that's when Charlie Brown feels bad and starts to walk away. And Marcy pretty much calls her out on, "Hey, wait a minute, you invited us, didn't you?" And pretty much kind of shortened it. And Peppermint Patty felt bad, but she doesn't know how to really apologize correctly, so she asks Marcy to do it for her. She does and helps her out. But there was also a scene though I really like is when Peppermint Patty says, "Shouldn't we say grace?" which is a great thing because they're talking about praying to Jesus and thanking him for that great food, but also being together with their friends and family. It was a really, really good scene, especially though when Linus gave the history of Thanksgiving, plus talking about the prayer of Thanksgiving, which is great that they still have Jesus choreographed with that special, because that is true. Because the Mayflower, they, people on there, they were believers, they were Christians. They were settling, in America. It was just an amazing special. Really liked the Thanksgiving special. They patch things up. Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty, and that's when Marcy calls Charlie Brown Charles for the first time, and calls Peppermint Patty Priscilla, I think. And the ending scene was pretty much Charlie Brown calling the grandma back, saying that I have a predicament, and the grandma invites him and his friends over to Thanksgiving, but realizes that the building that she stays at is pretty small. At first he says condominium, which I had no idea what that was, so I looked it up. It's like a very small apartment or something like that, and like a very tall building, and there's like multiple apartments in it. And because they're singing over the river and through the woods, it was a really neat little scene. And then of course at the end, Snoopy comes out with a real table, real turkey, pumpkin pie, and actual food that they could have done for Charlie Brown's little Thanksgiving dinner that he was having for Peppermint Patty and his friends. It was a really good special, very fun to watch, great music, great characters, great animation. I just can't say anything really negative about it. I really like these specials. They hold a lot to me. I do remember some very minor scenes from it growing up, but I just don't remember a ton. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, especially since it's coming up next week. See you next time, and God bless.